Pubco Studios at Britton and Broadway. This is the Mid-Dell edition of Varsity with Ryan Aber. I'm Jenny Carlson. Ryan, Carl Albert starting the playoffs against Lawton MacArthur this week, a rematch of a state championship game of a couple years ago. But looking at this playoffs and how things have shaken out, Booker T no longer around. Carl Albert, do they become the favorite now in this classification?
I think they're certainly one of the favorites. You look at Shawnee and Tulsa Kelly and El Reno all went through undefeated. But you've got to think of Carl Albert in that group. They played so much better since that loss to Shawnee, and they gave Shawnee their closest game of the year. Got beat by 3 points after a late score by the Wolves. Carl Albert at one time controlled that game. So they've just been playing so much better here at the end of the season. Their defense has gotten a lot better. They've got to fix some penalty issues and some other things like that. But the bracket is tough for them. But if they can get out of these first couple rounds and get rolling a little bit, you've got to think of them as a team that's capable of winning yet another title. You
talk about defense with Carl Albert. That leads to Trey Porter, obviously, a great player for them. Has he sort of established, you talk about Carl Albert and where they rank in this state playoff picture. What about Trey Porter? Has he established himself as one of the better players in the state?
Oh, absolutely. I think he's one of the top 2 or 3 players in the state. He, I think people thought he was going to be really good, an all-state caliber player, moving over to safety with Juan Lowe graduated and went to OSU. But he's really performed just as well as Juan last year, which is certainly an accomplishment. And they're also using him more than they used Juan on offense. He's able to play running back some, wide receiver, split out, and they just do a lot of different things with him to get the ball in his hands, and he's really made it pay off for the Titans.
All right, thanks, Ryan. Stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com/varsity and every day in the Oklahoman.